Mandem, galdem. Rent is due, bills need to be paid. So y'all finna hear my beautiful, angelic, and sexy voice. Now I'm saying.
NFL football player. I didn't have any jobs growing up. I was luckily the one that have two good parents to support me, so I didn't have to go get a job. Go to my job every day and play football. I'll take that every day.
That right there is very, very, very important. You know how some products say for best results do XYZ, or egg or milk will have the best before date. For best results in your romantic relationships, you want to be dating people from a two-parent household. Not only do kids from a two-parent household typically do better, right, via statistics, but also if you want someone who values your femininity or values your masculinity and your role in the household, you want to be dating people from a two-parent household. You want to avoid girls with daddy issues, and you want to avoid guys who are essentially son husbands to their mothers, right? So two-parent household, top tier for best results. That's what you want. No cap.
There definitely was doubts in my freshman year. Am I going to be able to play on a high level? Am I going to be that high caliber receiver? So from there on, I just grind, never stopped. It was the first ever draft to be held at home. So having all of my family members, all of the people that supported me my whole life to congratulate me and to be the first person in my family to get drafted and to be a first round draft pick at that, it was so special for everybody there. And it was just an amazing experience, and there's nothing I can take back for that. Since I got drafted, everybody was like, dang, you gotta go to the Cold, dang, you gotta go to the Cold. Nobody ever let me forget that I was going to the Cold, to Minnesota. I mean, to be honest, not that I had a year under my belt, it's really not that bad. It doesn't get that cold during the season. Me just being all the way in Minnesota is still love coming from my community, even though they have a lot of Saints fans. It's definitely heartwarming to come back to a community with people that love you and that are excited for what you have to come.
Right there. So immediately he got $7 million upon signing, right? But obviously we know the tax man, Uncle Sam, the CRA, the IRA need their money. So right away it's more so he got $3.25 million that he gets to keep or so, right? After all other expenses, agent fees, stuff like that. So just like that, just as he has expenses, any guru or any online person telling you how to make money, just understand that their total that they're probably telling you, right? Let's say they make $10 million from their business, whatever. It's probably more so $5 million, like Shopify, ClickBank, YouTube. People have expenses, right? So you have to deduct. First you have to ask them how much is it after expenses, the net income, and then after taxes. So there's two layers to it, right? So the income that you see from most people talking about is not their take-home income that they get to keep per se. There's a lot of other things to take into account. And I believe for most first-round picks, the fourth year isn't guaranteed. You still need to perform to a certain level to get that fourth year's contract.
To go from a college kid that doesn't really ask for much, don't really buy much, and then have millions of dollars in his bank account. It was crazy. What I'm so grateful for, I have family to guide me through all of that. Definitely had to go get a financial advisor, a lawyer. I mean, but I'm not a big money spending person, so I know how to handle my money. Being one of the top rookies in the league, you have a lot of endorsements. Just keep on rolling through the endorsements, trying to get as much money as you can off of that, so you ain't gotta ever live off the game checks. Okay, we talked about how we made.
That is very important, right? Just because you're making six figures right now from your corporate job, six figures from YouTube or whatever income stream, does not mean that's going to be like that forever, right? You see people on YouTube fall off every day. Some people haven't posted in 3 months, 6 months, a year, right? They got canceled, so to speak, or they just, they lost the stock. They're not as engaged with their audience, or the audience just outgrew them, etc., right? So if you are not debt free, if you don't have money in some type of investment account, and if you don't have at least 6 months worth of expenses covered up, saved up in your savings account, you have no business spending frivolously, right? So the first step, 6 months of expenses covered. So if your monthly expenses is, let's say, $1,000, you should have at least $6,000 to $9,000 saved up in your savings account. Next, getting rid of your credit card debt, student loan debt, right? Going through all of the credit repair things to, you know, improve your credit score, stuff like that. Then dividend investment, index fund, stuff like that. If you haven't gone through those three major stages, you have no business buying luxury items or being so frivolous and careless with your money. Is plan for the best, but expect the no, my bad. It's plan for the worst, but expect the best. Plan as if the money you're making now isn't going to be forever, and you will have the money forever. You get me?
And save my money. Now let's talk about how I spent my money. I definitely had to get a little bling bling from, you know, I'll say about 50 on jewelry. I had to get with Leo Frost in Houston. He did a lot of guys at LSU, and you know, we just built our connection over time. We was thinking about a jet piece like while I was in college. So when I got to the NFL, I was able to get the jet piece. And pinky ring, you gotta go with the pinky ring. It's got a little index ring, it goes together perfectly. I think I'm gonna buy one more thing, and then after that, I'm not a big jewelry person. Like I'll buy jewelry, like I like you know how it looks, but after a while, I'm not too big on it. I just like the main pieces, you know, get what I gotta get, and I'm out. Jewelry, 50K.
Jewelry, I don't know, man. Like, just cause I don't know, man. Just maybe just cause it's me. I'm built different. You know, I'm built different. I don't fuck with a jewelry like that. Honestly, I feel like if you really wanted to, you could probably have had a jeweler or some shit pay him, or even just give it to him for free to promote their products and services to other people, right? Because at this point, he has status, he has clout, you know, so people will see the jewelry on him, and then maybe he tagged the jeweler in his Instagram post. And you could, honestly, the more money you make and the higher status you are, the more stuff you get for free. You know, that's just how life works sometimes. So I don't know. I don't know put in spending 50K on jewelry.
Especially living in Minnesota from Louisiana, I definitely had to grab some more jackets, grab some more nice jeans and stuff like that. So my brother is a really big fashion guy, so he definitely helped me out with some outfits and, you know, gave me some tips on what look good and what don't look good. I have to say I spent about like 20K. I didn't shop that much growing up. Like I didn't really have like a whole bunch of clothes, a whole bunch of shoes. I just wasn't that type of kid. I mostly played football. I mostly played sports. So as long as I got me some basketball shoes, some football cleats, some gloves, I was good to go. Clothing, 20K.
Honestly, if it wasn't for the fact that he mentioned what's it called? if it wasn't for the fact that he mentioned the cold difference going from Louisiana to Minnesota, you know, land of the cold, I would know because I'm in Canada, the Great White North. Yeah, I ain't. If it wasn't for that part, I still wouldn't. 20K on clothes would still sound ludicrous to me, right? I just, you know, be stingy at least until your second contract. For most athletes, you don't really achieve financial freedom until you secure that second contract, right? So until you get that second contract, or until you've been making six figures for the past 5 years, you know what I'm saying? At that point, and you have some you know, basic financial fundamentals in place, right? The emergency fund, debt-free investment. At that point, you could be a bit more frivolous or a bit more careless, I guess you could say, in how you spend your money.
As soon as I figured out I was going to be in the first round, I definitely had my eyes on the AMG Mercedes for a long time. And that was about, wait, hold on, y'all gonna have to give me a second. About 150,000. I like cars. I like fancy cars, foreign cars. I definitely had to cop the Mercedes. I had to. That was a must. I got it wrapped, matte black, windows black, pretty much black out. Everybody called it the Batmobile, so I had to get snow tires. Crazy fact is, you know, I'm from Louisiana. It doesn't snow that much. I had to go outside and play in the snow. It was a must. So the first day I played in the snow, I lost my phone in the snow. Nobody expected it to snow this day. So I didn't have snow tires on my car at this time. I tried to go to the mall or go to the Apple store to buy me a new phone, but I couldn't even get out my neighborhood. I was spinning everywhere. It was crazy. Yeah, I had to the next day. Mercedes, 150,000.
My perspective on, you know, spending 100K on a car, You probably could have got the same value for a $50,000 car. You know what I'm saying? Or $40,000 car. And honestly, this video right here, the one I'm about to show you, pretty much sums up my perspective on car purchases. When buying a car, you want to avoid the high depreciation that usually occurs with brand new, fresh off the boat cars, but also you want to avoid the high maintenance costs that might ensue with older version cars. So the sweet spot is between the 2nd and 8th year, as this video will describe.
The question is, should you buy new and have the heavy depreciation in the beginning, but have very little repair cost, or buy a car that has had a lot of depreciation that's occurred and risk the repair cost? And the answer to that is what I call the sweet spot. And the sweet spot occurs at about the 2nd year and goes till the 8th year. And that would, if you're putting on 12,000 miles a year, that would be between 24,000 and 96,000 miles. And this sweet spot is what I consider the best financial choice to own a car.
And we're back. I feel like I need to incorporate that clip into every GQ sports related car purchase that I react to. It just never fails, you know what I'm saying?
I bought a lot of shoes. A lot of shoes. The shoes has its own category, you know? it's just clothes and then it's shoes. Had to get the Dior's. That was a must. I had got like other pairs of Dior's, Balenciagas. I had some new Jordans that came out. I had got a lot of stuff actually. Best pair of shoes that I've gotten. I'm a big Dior guy. I like Dior Chucks, so I'll have to say the Chucks. This is only the start. It's only gonna get bigger and bigger, better and better. Shoes, 10K.
Hey yo, quick question to all my sneakerheads, man. Real quick question. How many shoes do y'all actually wear in a given year? Honest question. Literally for me, I have 3 shoes to my name. My boots, dress shoe, and 1 other pair of shoe. Other than that, and then it's like a workout / running shoe, right? It's very versatile. How many shoes do y'all actually wear in a given year? What was the reason for all these purchases?
What was the reason? I had a reason. What was the reason? What was the reason? I just explained the reason. What was the reason?
Simplify your life. Make it easy to pack and move. You know what I'm saying?
Christmas, probably total of probably like 10. My family don't ask for a lot. I got my mom, like purse, you know, clothes, shoes, jerseys, tickets. Actually, my brothers didn't really ask for much. That was crazy. Me getting drafted, me having the season that I had was pretty much everybody's Christmas. And then we played the Saints on Christmas Day. Everybody was more into that more than just, you know, the tradition of Christmas. It was in New Orleans, so everybody stayed in Louisiana. Everybody was in the dome Christmas Day. First Christmas with the family, 10K.
You see, for me personally, when it comes to like gifts or giving people money, I have one philosophy. In terms of giving money, just assume when you give them money, you're not gonna get it back. Give them 50 if they ask for 50. Give them 30 if they ask for 30. Give them 10, 15, $1 if you can afford that. But don't expect the money to be returned to you at all. Not only will you be at ease and will you be, you know, calm, but also that relationship, you will probably won't burn that bridge, right? It just becomes very awkward if you don't get the money back, or if you don't get the money back in a timely manner. And when it comes to buying stuff with my friends or my family members, I'm always like, when I buy this for them, how will it benefit them long term? Like, for example, recently I bought my mom a dash cam, right? Like a year ago or a year and a half ago, she got a traffic ticket, a speeding ticket, right? Allegedly, she was going over the speeding limit. So I had to buy her a dash cam so that she can have video evidence, video proof of her, you know, wearing her seatbelt, driving a certain speed, or in case of any traffic violations, she has some type of self-defense. Because usually, if you don't have that dash cam, it's your word against the officer's word, and the judge will usually side with the officer.
Imagine accidentally hitting a pedestrian who ran in front of your car when you had the right of way, or being rammed by another vehicle on the highway, or being pulled over by a policeman when you were not swerving or speeding. You know you did nothing wrong. Well, now you can prove it.
You know, if you would hit somebody or something, I could have pulled over and an officer could have looked right at the dash cam and seen exactly what had happened.
Right? So that's one way that the product isn't just taking up space in the house, but rather it's going to help them save more money in the future. Or if you give this purchase to them, will it become an income generating endeavor for them that doesn't rely them to be dependent on you, especially in the position that he's at, right? Making a certain amount of income. How can I give them something that helps them make money without relying on me necessarily, right? Maybe you give them $100 to open up a high interest savings account, right? Like for me personally, I live in Canada, so we have EQ Bank. The interest at one point was 2%, now it's like 1.5%. But it's something, right? So stuff like that.
I got a townhouse in Minnesota, and hold on, y'all gotta give me a minute on this one. Well, that leads me back to having supportive parents that knows a lot, walking me through everything, whether I should rent a place or if I should buy a place. I also have a dog too, so condo would have been too small for my dog. They thought it was going to be a great idea if I bought a place instead of renting one. So we bought like a place like 4 minutes from the facility, so it was definitely easy to get around in the snow and everything during the season. First Minnesota house, $405,000.
Townhome is a good purchase, hands down, right? Having all these luxurious mansions, especially if you haven't reached your second contract yet, doesn't make sense. The resale value isn't very high because your overall buying pool is smaller, right? How many people can afford a $1.7 million house compared to a $400,000 house or a townhouse, right? So that makes sense. You could have either kept on renting and maybe bought some rental property, right, to help subsidize his actual income, or this works fine too, right? So I have no qualms, yeah, big words. I have no qualms with this purchase. It's a very economically friendly purchase, and in the event that he gets traded, it'd be fairly easy to sell the house.
My mom is the person for all of that. She loves doing all of that interior designing, loves decorating the house. She definitely did all of that, so that would probably be like another, probably like 20K. Interior design for the house, 20K. This is everything, man. This is everything. I did pretty good, didn't I? I saved about half of my money, so hey, I'll take it. The rest of my first million went to savings. I told you I'm good with the money, man. I'm good with the money. You know, we was locked.
I would love to have them tell us how much taxes they paid. That would actually be a very good barometer of how much he actually kept, right? Because we just know the total, you know, he saved, but how much did you pay in taxes? That would actually be a good, like, more nitty-gritty number.
House all day, every day. Can't go anywhere, can't go to, any, clubs, bars, or anything. So it's pretty cool just being at home and just chilling at home. I mean, I'm definitely planning on buying like my own custom house like later on in my career. That's definitely a dream of mine, something that I would be taking this and putting that towards. I've actually been spending my off season in Miami. There's a lot of teammates, a lot of guys, top guys in the league that are here that I work with and, pick the brain from. So bring my game to the next level and trying to get all the information and trying to get all of the info that I need to, go into next season. I train with Mo Wells at Brandon Marshall's House of Athletes. Also a lot of guys in the league. So we definitely, get that grind in together and we go to work. All season with training, condo, rental cars, probably like 20, probably like 20. Okay, y'all can reach us.
But like, as you can see, stuff like that, like things that are relevant to his business, his income generating career, tax write-off. That stuff makes sense. Like having a personal chef to make sure you have a good body, that you're able to perform at your optimal, tax write-off. That right there is a good benefit. Buying things with the intention of making more money off of this purchase or saving more money with this purchase will filter out any nonsensical buying decisions or advertisements that may pop up in your brain.
how much went into saves. I had to take 20 out, okay? Don't bash me. I just took 20, just 20. I mean, I know a lot of guys say be smart with your money and everything, but I mean, there's more than life than, you know, just spending money on clothes, shoes, cars, big old houses. So manage your money. Football is not always going to be there for the rest of your life. So learn how to take care of your money, put it towards good causes, and I mean, learn how to build upon your money. So, you know, we don't want to go broke, so gotta keep the bread. I want to go a lot of places. Probably next offseason.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. I rate it. I rate it. You know, again, the quote: "Plan for the worst, but expect the best. Expect the best, but plan for the worst." If you lost your income stream right now, would you be good for the next 6 months? Do you have high interest debt, credit card debt? You have a high credit card utilization. You keep buying stuff that you can't make money off of, or that's not going to save you more money in the future. Shame on you. Shame on you.
There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, "Fool me once, shame on you." If fool me, we can't get fooled again.
I'm just playing. But, you know, just think twice. Think twice. And when something is 70% off, did you actually have intention of buying that? Because if you didn't already have the intention of buying it, you didn't save 70%. You spent 70% more than you normally would have. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. All these discounts, alleged discounts you're getting. Think about it. But as always, if it doesn't feed you, don't water it. And too much of any good thing is good for nothing. How you lot doing today? Say it with me. I'm doing more, saying less, and keeping that same energy. No cap. While you lot are here, yeah, watch my other video right here on the left about how to better manage your credit card by having a lower credit card utilization, and when to pay a credit card bill by for the highest credit score possible. Or on the right, watch one of my other past GQ Sports reaction style videos and commentary. I flip the script. I'm out. Deuces. Bow.
I'm about to lay it out. Bitch, I'm posting with the game. And I hear you say my name. For my niggas, blow your brains. I'm about to lay it out. Don't make a nigga hurt you like. Nigga got lit. Fuck about a head. You better go somewhere. I'm about to lay it out. If I ain't got my tool, I know niggas who will blow